Welcome to Dad's Drafts.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dad's Drafts, especially my 2 new subscribers. Welcome to this group of noobs. Now, as always, I will say my picks and we're going to do another Duskmourne House of Horror Premier Draft. And if you see me do anything silly, which you don't understand, or see me make any mistakes which I didn't see already myself, then please do let me know, because I am looking for feedback. I'm looking to get better at this game. Now we're currently Platinum 2, I think, and let's see if maybe we can get back to Diamond, and hopefully either open a bomb or find the right colors which are open. Alright. Let's take a look here. Let's increase the size of the cards. Now, this is a mediocre pack. I think the role model is pretty good. It can really get out of hand. But only if you have a way to tap it and then just give it flying and it grows. There's also Fear of Isolation, which I really like. And there's a Breakdown the Door. Now, I'm not going to first pick Nashi, even though I think it's a pretty good card. So for me, it's between the role model, the Fear, and the Breakdown. And I think the Reluctant Role model is probably the best card. Even though I must say it's probably as good as Fear of Isolation. This is good in any white deck. And this is good in a blue deck, which, you know, does stuff with enchantments, for instance. So I'm going to take the Reluctant Role model here. And I've always thought this to look like Paul Cheon. I actually commented about it. Didn't get any response, but that's fine. Alright, there's an Insidious Fungus, which I think is a better card than you would expect. It always pretty much always has a target. And it also ramps you if you want. And it could also fill your graveyard. Now for me, since we already took the Reluctant Role model, I'll take a Glimmer Seeker here, but I really love these blue cards as well as the Murder, but let's just stay in white for as long as we can. Alright, I love the Brute Spinner, and there's some more strong blue cards. Also like the Centipede, but I must say I don't really like green-white as a color combination. But I'm not going to take any of these white cards because they're pretty medium. So for me it's between the Meat Locker or the Shroud Stomper. And you know, this is of course a great way to reanimate. But even without reanimation, it's a decent card if you can get to 7 mana. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Shroud Stomper here. Black also seems reasonably open. Maybe we'll end up in a black-white reanimate deck. And there's a Marvin, but I think there's not enough creatures with activated abilities in this set. That's a very late Unwilling Vessel and 2 Underwater Tunnel. So it seems as if blue is very open and one of these 2 might actually come around then. So I will take the Unwilling Vessel here, passing on the Innocuous Red and the Teddy or Unwanted Remake. And maybe we will end up in a blue-white control-y deck. Now there's an Emerge of the Cocoon, from the Cocoon of course. For me it's between the Unnerving Grasp and the Meat Locker. Now I know the Meat Locker does the most with our Unwilling Vessel, but I think Unnerving Grasp is probably better. So I'm going to take that. Oh, I love the Mind Skinner. Yeah, blue is totally open, so it would be stupid of us not to go into blue. So I'm going to take the Mind Skinner. I think this card is amazing. And, you know, I think we will end up with plenty of playables. 7th pick, Growing Dread. Yeah, well, we've got an Unnerving Grasp already. I think this should be a clear sign that at least blue-green is open. And not really missing out on anything. I would like the Underwater Tunnel though, but I think Growing Dread is a better card. Apparition, Vanish from Sight. I think it will be a Vanish from Sight. I'll take and enter the Enigma here. Not sure if I will play it, but maybe with the Mind Skinner and having something else big might be pretty good. Take the Peeper here. Not going into blue, black. And let's see if maybe we will end up with another blue card which we passed. For instance, one of the tunnels would be pretty nice. There's the Fanatic of the Harrowing, which would have been nice if we stayed in Reanimator deck. I am going to take it because I think it's the best card in the pack. But I'm not going to go back into black-white, I think. So maybe everybody now saw that blue is open and everybody's going into blue, which would be unfortunate for us. So we're still either white-blue or green-blue. I assume that blue-green was open because we got this 7th pick. But this pack overall is pretty medium. I think I'll speculate on the Eternal Armor. But I'm still hoping that blue-green is open more than white-blue. Exercise. Still, yet again, a very mediocre pack. I'm going to take the Exercise. It's premium removal, and maybe we will not end up in blue-green after all. There's a Machete. A Wary Watchdog, which is good if you are in blue-green, but I think the Machete is just free for us since we're, you know, not sure what our second color is. Now there's a Fear of Abduction, very late. It is very good if you can cheat that into play. And the Trapped in the Screen. Yeah. I think I'm going to take the Fear of Abduction here. Not going to end up in blue-green, it seems. Now, Fear of Abduction is also a great card to reanimate. But I can't really create a deck all around reanimation just for the Fear of Abduction. So, it seems like we are going into the enchantment, perhaps mill strategy. If that's the case, then I'm going to need more enchantments and maybe a skull crab or two. And there should be plenty of skull crabs, but they just have to be opened. Grievous Wounds, very bad in our deck. Yet another very weak pack. I'm just going to take the Megalodon here. Could also take the Manor. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Manor. You never know what kind of cards will be passed to us. Yeah. Yeah, these packs are all over the place. We might have to end up in 3 colors. Convoke, well that's just terrible. Here I'm going to take the Unable to Scream. As I said before, I hope not to have to play any of these. I would like some flyers just for the sake of Mind Skinner purposes. But we do need some top end in our blue-white color and some more 2-drops, especially creatures. So we have one more pack fully, so I'm just going to put it like this, and we can always fill it up with black if we need to. Yeah, I like the Prowler more. I think all land cyclers in the set are pretty mediocre unless you need them for the cycling. So if you want to reanimate it and you want to get it into your graveyard, or you just want to play less lands and you have 2 cyclers, or anything like that to fill Delirium. Those are the things I would play the land cyclers for, but nothing other than that. So blue is clearly less open from this side, even though that's a very late apparition. So I think we will end up in an enchantment focused deck. But I'm going to need more enchantments for that. most definitely. Hope not to play the Teddy. Oh, well. Now I'm very glad that we actually stayed in blue-white. I will take the Ghostly Dancers. It's just a bonkers card. Now I would like to draw some rooms, maybe. Dissection tools is also great, so whoever's next to us getting the dissection tools will think, my goodness, what did you take? I think I'll take the Ghostly Dancers. Now we want enchantments. This is an enchantment. But so is the Glimmer Burst. I think I want the Eternal Armor. But I would love a Meat Locker or something like that now. There's a Glimmer Burst, which I like. Probably more than the Glimmer itself. Bookworm, my goodness. We didn't see any good blue-green cards in the second pack, so that's why I got off blue. But from this side, blue-green seems very open. Is it actually better than the Fear of Surveillance? We are lacking 2 drops. I think I'll have to take the Fear of Surveillance here. Our curve is pretty weak. That is actually pretty nice. It is a room, which helps. And I think it's a pretty decent room. I mean, we won't have many creatures with power 3 or greater. I mean, we only have the Fear of Abduction at the moment and the Mind Skinner, and that's about it. So I'm going to take this room. Another Vanish from Sight or a Megalodon. We are a little bit low on the top end. I'm going to take the Megalodon. I would love to pick up a Glimmer Seeker still. There's an Expanse. I'm going to take the Surveyor for another enchantment trigger. There's the Glimmer Burst. Love this. We'll probably take it over the Grand Entry. Reason being, we've got a Vanish from Sight as well. And I'm not even sure. I would like rooms with the Dancers. So I'm going to take the entryway, but I really would like a Glimmer Burst. Twist Reality or a Spirits. I think I'll just take the Spirits and then we can play 1 land less. Piranha Fly is decent. Not sure if I want to play it. Have to say that, you know, the Piranha Fly and the Eternal Armor are pretty good. Wow, that's a 11th pick Glimmer Burst. I love that. Now I do need to do some cutting. I hate cutting. 9 enchantments, so I'm not even sure how good Creeping Peeper will be. Not going to play that. We do have enough creatures. We're a bit light on removal though. Didn't get any Meat Locker in the end. We passed on a lot in the first pack. But then we didn't know we were going to end up in white-blue, obviously. Maybe I don't play the Machete. And I need to do 2 more cuts. This is just a great tempo play, so I'm going to keep that anyway. Guess I'll get rid of the Peeper. I want to play this at 4. And we can play 1 land less. Okay. This is it. Now it is going to be a blue-white deck without any of the signposts, which is unfortunate. So we didn't get any, what is it, Gremlin Trainers or the Glimmers, which are pretty amazing, even in our deck, or especially in our deck, but we didn't see any of those. Maybe, I think that blue-white as a combination wasn't especially open, but blue was very open and we drew some pretty nice white cards, so that's how we ended up in blue-white. Alright, well, not the best deck for sure, but let's see how this goes. We can curve out nicely with the Apparition, Piranha Fly, and then the Tunnel Surveyor. Okay, well, that is annoying, but I don't care that much about it. Now I won't, most definitely will not cycle the Megalodon. Okay. Well, now I think I will actually play the Surveyor instead of the Apparition because I want to block the Divine Survivor. But the Mind Skinner is not great against the Ghost Vacuum. Wow, okay, yeah, so he is going to Manifest Dread. I am not going to block. But we could just start a mill race. 3 colors, yep, pretty nice. So I guess he's green, blue, splashing red for the furnace. So let's just try this. Get in for 2. And as long as he doesn't have any removal, this only needs about 2 attacks. But it is a bit aggressive. Yep. Imagine having Fling or something with the Mind Skinner. I mean, there's no such thing in his set because, or not because, I think that would be an amazing combination. Alright, well, I'm glad that's what he plays. So we will take some damage this turn and also next turn. Oh, he's going to kill it. Yep. That is unfortunate. Yeah, this is going to be difficult. Now I can no longer race. So I have to build up my board. I hope to draw a 2-drop. And that might be able to get us back in the game. But this Ghost Vacuum is going to be very annoying. I'm going to play the Glimmer Seeker simply because it's a better blocker. And I will block with the Piranha Fly. I mean, we're at 15, so I think it's a tad bit low. I'll block the Survivor and a Centipede and take 4 if he just attacks with everything. And next turn we can do a Megalodon. But I must say I am a bit sad that we didn't open any Skull Crabs. I did a quick draft last time and I didn't record it, but I passed on like 3 Skull Crabs, and I think if you can have 3 Skull Crabs, it's going to be amazing. Okay. Wow. Well, we are drawing all the lands. Which is very annoying. But that is a problem that I've run into many times with Arena. Maybe you've watched my previous videos. I just feel as if getting flooded is something that happens more on Arena, for me at least, than in real life games. Guess he's just going to make a lot of creatures. Okay. Well, he's going to get a big dude. Still doesn't have great attacks though. And the Megalodon can't really attack. And if he does, then I will only kill one of his creatures, I think. Oh, please, deck. Arena, what are you doing to me? 8 lands. So we drew half of our land out of 13 cards. And he is just drawing all the action. We can still draw the Mind Skinner, of course. And that would be a nice play. Because he's already at 15, so one attack with the Mind Skinner could be enough. How can he not have Delirium yet? That is unfortunate. If he sacrifices the Ghost Vacuum, then he will have Delirium. Another Divine Survivor. Sure. Well, it is more damage, but that's about it. And I can't really afford to attack with anything else, for instance the Piranha Fly, because I think we need to block some survivors and stuff. But we really not need to draw some of our top end action, like the Fear of Abduction or maybe the Ghosts, if we want to get back at this in the game. Yep. That stops our attacks as well. So, well, those are the ghosts. That's nice. I'm not sure if I can survive for that many turns, and he's just going to put all kind of action back into his library with the Chandelier. So this is unfortunate, I must say. Maybe I should have waited with the Mind Skinner, but I mean, I wouldn't have had another target for him to use. Oh, that's very nice. Yeah, the Chandelier is the problem. If we can kill the Chandelier, maybe we'll have a chance. And with kill, I mean put a, what is it? Unable to scream or whatever. Because then he might be decking himself. But yeah, this is just too much power. Well, that is decent. So we could get in for 1, which is not great. But bouncing the Chandelier could be good. I think I just have to pass turn here. I think about the only card which can get us out of this mess is the Fear of Abduction. Yep. If he's not going to pop the Ghost Vacuum now, I think I'm just going to vanish it from sight. Because it's like 3, yeah. He should just attack with everything. Surely he will. So much value gained from the Steaming Sauna. And as I said before, I'm not sure if there's anything that I can do. Or even draw at this point. I mean, he's at 5, but the Chandelier is just going to make things terrible. I wish I could kill the Chandelier. I mean, he should just attack with everything. I mean, if he doesn't, then if he does, I think I'm just dead. I have 4 blockers. He can attack. Yeah, well. Also with it, just attack with everything, man. Okay. This is trample. This dies. That dies. I mean, I didn't even do the math, but I think we're still dead. Yeah, that doesn't even help us. It would be a very nice draw, but the only thing that could have maybe gotten us out of this game is the Mind Skinner. And now it can't anymore. Because yeah, never mind. If it was a Mind Skinner, then maybe this would have gone 2 damage, or he would have milled 2. Yeah, it wouldn't have helped. Alright, down to Platinum 3, which is unfortunate. Now this deck, I must say, I would be pleased if it was going to be a 3/3. But I don't expect this game to this deck to go very high, especially if I do stuff like this. So we can plane cycle that. We have the Mind Skinner. Just some 2 and 3 drops, and we could still make it. I'm just waiting with the cycling for. Okay, I thought maybe he wants to play something. Well, it is something. You never know. Maybe he has a very slow hand, or he just counters this. Yep. So if this enters, we can get the Mind Skinner back, which is nice. I hope he taps out this turn. He's not putting a lot of pressure. I'm not going to play the Ghostly Dancers now. I want him to be untapped, and I want to play the Unable to Scream in the same turn that I played the Ghostly Dancers. Because then we'll have a 3/1 flyer, and we would have gotten the Mind Skinner back. Okay, so we can exile that and play the Vessel, which I will. And if he has a counterspell, I want him to use it on the Vessel, so we have these 2 left. Or on this, that would also be fine. Okay, wow. He must really want to do the rooms thing. So I assume that maybe now he doesn't have any counterspells anymore. And at least he doesn't have double blue. So if I do draw a land, I will play it, so I can avoid to get this countered. Okay, well, he will probably play that. Well, now at least now we know it's safe. Okay, let's do this. Ghostly Dancers. Get back the Mind Skinner. Unable to Scream on that one. Get some triggers. And now even if he kills the Ghostly Dancers, which he just might, we'll still have the Mind Skinner and at least a 3/1 flyer. But you know, we're playing against Lingonberry Pancakes. One does not know what he has in his arsenal. But he does have 1 red. Probably for a room, so that he can get to 8 rooms. That is very nice. I'm not sure how it will help, or if it will help. So we can mill him for 5. Which I think is probably the best thing to do here. Alright, well, then we can just deal 5 to his face, which is also okay. And let's play Glimmer Seeker, which will grow the vessel. But man, he is uber controlly. Look at this. Okay, well, that does stop at least one of my attacks. There's a fly here. I want it dead. I'm badly going to have to top deck an enchantment here. That is not an enchantment. Do I care if this dies? I don't think I do, because then his also dies. And now I will get a Glimmer, which will trigger a new flyer. Now if he top decks Split Up, or plays Split Up, I might cry. Goodbye, Ghostly Dancers. Okay, well, he's still dead. I mean, we didn't top deck anything useful, but we got there. Good game, Lingonberry Pancakes. Very glad that we actually drew some lands there at the start where we needed them. If our hand, which we mulliganed and was pretty crap, was stuck on 3 lands for like 4 turns, then we wouldn't have won this game. So we've got 2 of the Eternal Armors, which I've not seen in any of our games yet. Okay, keeping it. That's why we have the Megalodon. We will cycle it at turn 2, play the vessel. And luckily our opponent is not red-white. Oh, this is going to be very nice. Next turn, maybe I'll just use the Grand Entry and cycle the Spirits, because I really want to try land. First strike, that is going to be nice. And this is at 5 as well. So there's no real rush here. Let's just get some counters on the vessel. And I'm going to keep up Enable Scream for the next turn. It's already at 3. There's, by the way, the Eternal Hammer, which I have, which I was speaking of. I think the vessel is about to die. Yeah, don't really care about the vessel anymore. Party pooper. Why wouldn't you attack? So let's just cycle this. Play ourselves an Apparition. And now I hope to draw one more land just to get the whole Ghostly Dancers and Able to Scream thing going again. And then we can unlock the Rotunda with the Ghostly Dancers. Okay. He will make a 5/5. We are not drawing a land. I think I'm still going to do this though. The Glimmer can jump. I would like to unlock the door, I think. I'm not going to block with the Ghostly Dancers. Okay. So this happens at 7 again, which will be next turn. We're really lacking mana. I think what we have to do is just raise. And with the Unable to Scream in our hand, this is lethal, so we could just block with the Prowler. Anything that he does. Even without the Unable to Scream, by the way. I think the Apparition will die. I think we just won. Unless he has another play, of course. Okay, well. Don't mind this. He doesn't have Delirium, so another card that I might be scared of here was the give something double strike stuff. So if I'm not mistaken, he is just dead. Okay. There's the, what is it, the rage thing, which kind of blew me out one game where I was really winning and the opponent had about 2 flyers, which were like a 5/5 and a 4/4. And then he could attack with both and give them both +1/+1 a double strike, and it was exactly lethal. So I've learned from that card. Now even in this situation, I wouldn't have been dead if he had it, so that's why I didn't block with the flyer. Oh, we are somewhat unfortunate with our mana every time. I think we had to mulligan 2 out of 3, and this is 3 out of 3. The opponent goes first. Well, I'm not going to mulligan this, never mind. As long as we draw lands, I don't care about which lands, we should be fine. That is a decent land. And I just hope our opponent's not red-white. If he is, then... okay, we are drawing the lands. I think I'll just play the Apparition even if I get another blue. Because then next turn we can put Eternal Armor and Clammy Prowler and stuff like that. Yeah, Apparition is fine here. It's also a decent blocker against the Centipede. But there is a way that he can get Delirium in 1 turn, surely. Oh my goodness. Well, that hurts. So we are going to need the whole Eternal Armor thing here. Yeah, I think I'm going to need the armor with my Ghostly Dancers. And I don't mind trading this one for the 2 creatures if he wants to block with them. That's fine. But we don't have much removal, and this is going to be a problem. That is 1 Delirium. He's at 25%. Apparition is gone. Yep. We got a new one. Do we take the risk? I think we have to. I mean, with this Overlord, normally I wouldn't have, but if this survives for one turn, maybe we can get a lot of triggers out of it. And I'm not going to block any of the flyers. I assume he has something. Alright. Please don't have a collective... Oh, he can't even play the clobbering. Well, he can play it, but I don't think he can kill my dancers with it. Oh. Yeah. That's a very good removal speed spell. And there we draw the island. I mean the plains. I think it's going to be Apparition with Eternal Armor on the flyer. Because it gives first strike. We're going to need the exercise here. Either on the Sheltered by Ghosts or the Overlord of the Mistmoors. At least he doesn't have great attacks anymore, which helps. And we can still attack him freely. But he's going to make a lot of flyers. He has a 6/6. He's at 20 cards. Ward 2, so I can remove the twins, then I get my ghostly dancers back. Which I probably will do at the end of his turn. But I think I have to sacrifice the Clammy Prowler here for the Overlord. But we will be getting a lot of damage. I hope he just uses the weight room before anything, because then I know what I can do with my mana. Alright. Yeah, I thought as much. So I'm going to do this before blockers, because I want another blocker. But of course he can have something. Like the Shard Mage Rescue. This is difficult. I think I can't really keep it. I need to hit something else which gives me a trigger. So that gets sacrifice, this blocks that one. That one blocks a flyer. We lose the Prowler and we're down at 8. Oh my goodness. We still draw the land. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. There's no way we can make enough blockers for the Altenac. Even though this is nice. He will attack with everything. Yeah. That's a nice top deck. Yep, never mind. Good game. Don't think I could have done anything different there. but I'm not sure. We're 2-2, so one more win, and I will be glad. With this mediocre deck, which has some decent cards, but all right, I'm keeping. Playing the role model on turn 2. I think I remember this name. So that we can use the vessel with the fear of surveillance, for instance, if we actually draw another land. Okay, well now, if we draw another land, I might want to put the enable to scream on the watchdog, so that I can have this have survival. Take your time. Take your time and settle down. Oh, that is a decent card. That is very unfortunate. Is it worth it giving this flying? I don't think it is, so let's just hope to draw some more land so we can board wipe his dogs and stuff. There's no point in putting the enable to scream on the watchdog because you can just sacrifice it. I would splash for this card if you were in pretty much any color. Okay. He might also be stuck on 2 lands, which would not be nice for him, but it would be good for us. He is taking his time to manifest dread. Well, he's almost at the 4 delirium. Oh, that is annoying. Well, I'm just going to drive this into whatever he has, so that I can surveil a land to the top. Yeah, I think we really need this this semi-board wipe at some point to kill all the 3-drops. Or 3-drops, I mean 3 power or more creatures, which he will probably play within now and a few turns. He's not attacking. Interesting. In that case, let's play the Glimmer Seeker. Now, I know the office kills our own Glimmer Seeker, but it is a good combination together with the Vessel or the Ghostly Dancers at some point. Mind Skinner so far has been terrible. He's probably going to flip up the... Alright, well, I'm glad he does that. That keeps a big part of my my deck safe, for instance the Mind Skinner. But he is ramping, and maybe if he plays only one creature, we can put an enable to scream on something and just attack freely with the Glimmer, which I think is pretty good. Island from the top would be aces. I'm sorry for the squeaking chair, by the way. Okay. Do I try to put an enable to scream on the card? I think I do. Because he could flip it up in response, maybe. Okay, well, that is annoying. Some more islands now, please. Let's just play the vessel first. It is as good as a threat as the ghostly dancers at this board. Okay, well. Can we take 7 damage once? I think we can. Let's just try this. I keep forgetting about the enter the battlefield ability. Actually, it could have been better maybe to play the office and then the ghostly dancers the turn after that, just to give everything hexproof. Yep, that hurts. Guess it's going to be a 1-for-1 with the restricted office, unfortunately. But we've got to do what we've got to do. And let's hope to draw one more island so that we can maybe mill him out within a few turns. No. Branch number 2. I don't think we can actually manage this. It really depends on what we draw. So the Mindskin can block the branch snapper, which is nice. It will still deal 6 damage, but at least we can kill it. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Waltz of Rage, very nice. Rollercoaster Ride, very nice. Let's Play game, amazing. I mean, he just has the better deck. And of course he's playing really well. Can we draw anything useful? Well, that is nice. Let's reveal first. That's actually pretty decent. Let's make this a 4/4 vigilance first striker. Let's not. So we're both top decking. Yeah, maybe I should have played the room before I played the ghostly dancers, just to unlock this. I really need to draw a creature now. I mean, any creature. Not that creature. Oh man. We're just dead. Not that creature. Okay, well, I'll let him finish it. Good game. He gets +1, so I'm just dead. Any creature, he says, and he top decks the only creature that enters tapped. Right. Well, thank you for watching. If you like what I did, feel free to leave some likes or whatever, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching Dad's Draft.